This podcast is brought to you by the Washington State Department of Health. When we think about the COVID-19 vaccine hesitancy in the Black community, let's remember, it didn't happen by chance. It's justified in history. But the will to change the narrative is strong today, and our people are lending their voices to the conversation. We're sharing our stories and the reasons that made us choose the vaccine so we can lead the way for others to make a well-informed choice too. To hear our stories, visit hearforuswa.org.
The best defense is a good offense. So before the sewer backs up into your home and wreaks havoc, stop freaking and call Beacon. Beacon Plumbing, Heating, and Mechanical is there for you when you need them most. 1-800-FREAKIN or beaconplumbing.net.
From the DuckDuckGo studios, this is 99.9 KISW and KISW HD1 Seattle. An Odyssey station. This is The Mighty Rock, starring BJ and Migs. Mornings.
Because, hey, at least once a day, you should experience a BJ.
You know, I'm ready for my BJ.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle. You know, you can hear us anywhere you want to hear us, man. If you've got an iPhone, you've got an Android, any tablet-y kind of thing, hey, the Odyssey app works and all that stuff. And that's where you can check out the new Odyssey exclusive stations that are curated for listeners just like you.
I mean, love is in the air. It's Valentine's Day, so what better way to celebrate, BJ, than the Lighters in the Air station featuring some of your favorite power ballads.
Light them up!
That's right, like Every Rose Has Its Thorn. You want to hear that? You listen to that.
Oh, there we go.
Heaven by Warrant.
Oh, yeah.
Remember that one?
Yeah. I want to hear that. I'll listen to that.
Or was it the Firehouse song? Finally found the love of a lifetime.
Oh.
You can put your woman or your man in the mood just by listening to that station.
Mr. Big. Look at you.
Mr. Big. You have that nickname. You're very fortunate.
Now you're like, how do I get all this amazing music? Well, I mean, look, there's tons of Odyssey curated stations for you, and that's one of them. Download the Odyssey app today to get all the audio that matters to you. That's AUDACY Odyssey.
Let's play Beat Migs. It's time to play the game.
Yeah!
So everybody scream his name. Beat Migs. Don't be a loser. Whoa! Beat Migs. You're a loser.
It is time for Beat Migs, and it's time to pump it up for Monday. Oh, yeah, nice.
Yeah, hopefully you all are pumped up out there.
Well, I mean,
If you're a Rams fan, you're super pumped, I bet.
Oh, heck yeah. And if you're a Bengals fan, well, there's always next year.
Yeah.
Dude, how about my buddy Shane? He was posting pictures. He's a big LA Rams fan. He lives in Los Angeles, a wrestler. And,
nice.
By Swerve.
Oh, yes. Okay, yeah.
And he's rocking his Aaron Donald jersey throughout all the pictures. He's like, hyping up on Rams. Let's go Rams, all this. And then all of a sudden I saw him post a tweet this morning. He goes, got to meet Aaron Donald last night. I'm like, how did you end up at whatever party it was that Aaron Donald was at? And you were rocking an Aaron Donald jersey all day. Like, how cool is that?
That's serendipity at that
By
point.
the way, dude, you get to meet him at perhaps the greatest day in his life.
Yes.
That's the other thing.
Oh,
it's
yeah,
like,
right?
I mean, you were there the same day that he won the Super Bowl.
But also on that same note, he's not going to remember you.
Who cares? He'll probably still buy me a drink or a shot. Or
I'm
at
just
least
saying, this is like everything else is going on so good. You could have the best first impression ever. And just be like, oh, yeah, that was the day I won the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
You're just a blur.
Yeah.
But you're right, though. What a great day. At that point, I'm sure anyone short of saying something insulting to him,
right?
He's probably just like, what do you want?
Right?
My dream just came true.
Yeah, you get to celebrate with somebody in the happiest moment of their life. When you think about it, there's not a lot of opportunities to really do that, as far as you know.
Yeah.
Not all of us get to be right there when your baby's being born. The wedding is perhaps the time you get to celebrate with somebody's happiest day of their life, but then again, you never know how that's going to turn out. So, I mean, you definitely know it's like there's no way this is going to be a horrible day, for Aaron Donald, as far as you know, unless you're the one that makes it horrible.
Yeah, don't make it horrible for him.
Yeah, that's a cool thing. You got to do that.
Let's get to our contestant today. We've got Travis in Puyallup. Travis, are you there? Travis, you there?
I'm here.
Excellent. All right, Steve, get out of here. For those playing at home, Travis will have 60 seconds to answer 10 questions. Travis, you can pass all you want, but you'll only get 3 guesses per question. Are you ready?
I am ready.
Which cartoon legend became the first licensed lunchbox character back in 1935?
A Bugs Bunny.
No.
Fred Flintstone.
No.
Pass.
Which blue video game character had a movie released in 2020?
Sonic the Hedgehog.
Yes. What fruit got its name by the way it hung in bunches like grapes? Travis?
Repeat the question.
What fruit got its name by the way it hung in bunches like grapes?
Pass.
Which 2004 movie featured the duo of Simon Pegg and Nick Frost?
Hot Fuzz.
No.
Pass.
What animal is the logo used by Mack Trucks?
Bulldog.
Yes. What is the name for the occupation in which someone mends shoes?
Shoesmith.
No.
Good guess.
Cobbler.
Yes.
Yeah,
the
there
first
you go.
Woodstock Festival was in what year?
1960. Yeah, 1969.
Yeah.
Woo,
1,
nice.
2, 3, 4 correct.
That is it. Nice work, buddy.
Yeah, he did all right there. I mean, eventually
how
he
many
got
did I
there.
correct?
I think he got 4.
Okay, I'm. You know what? That wasn't good.
Well, I mean, he ended well.
Yeah,
He started off horribly, but he ended well.
It's Valentine's Day, but even I can't. I mean, I got to be.
Yeah,
I got to be real.
Well, guess who's back? It's me. It's Steve.
Look who it is.
Yeah, well, the
Mr.
real Steve Miggs,
Valentine.
please stand up.
Mom spaghetti. Hey, can I give a quick shout out? Someone said, hey, can you give my best friend Josh a happy birthday from all of you this morning? He doesn't get much love for it because it's Valentine's Day.
Oh,
and he says, well, that's it's a curse in a sense, but he also would love an eye poppy from BJ, I bet. LOL.
Really?
That's what it says. He says, I know he would love an eye poppy from BJ. LOL.
I'm pretty sure that's not what he said, but sure. Hi, puppy.
It is on the text. I don't know if he legitimately wants it, but that's what his friend
That's what he gets.
requested
Oh,
it.
I see what happened there.
Happy birthday,
Aye,
Josh.
Well, then let me give it to him the right way. Josh, hi, puppy. There you go. That's the sensual.
Well,
that's the sensual.
I'm sure
one.
Josh is happy that Vicky's out today.
Yeah, sure.
Right. I'm sure Vicky's happy she's out today. She doesn't have to hear that.
Yeah.
Oh, are you ready?
Yes, let's do this.
What
Wow, that's
cartoon?
it. Just one time.
Just one. Danny only one.
What cartoon legend became the first licensed lunchbox character back in 1935?
What was that?
Which cartoon legend became the first licensed lunchbox character back in
Mickey Mouse.
1935? Yes. Which blue video game character got a movie released in 2020?
The Watchmen.
No.
Oh. Sonic the Hedgehog.
Yes. What fruit got its name by the way it hung in bunches like grapes?
Bananas?
No.
Batcheroos?
No.
What's a what?
Batcheroos. I don't know. Grapefruit.
Yes. Which 2004 movie featured the duo of Simon Pegg and Nick Frost?
Hot Fuzz.
No.
Oh. Shaun of the Dead.
Yes. What animal is the logo used by Mack Trucks?
Oh, it's a dog. A bulldog.
Yes, and yes. What is the name for the occupation in which someone mends shoes?
A cobbler.
Yes.
Thank
the
you.
first Woodstock Festival was in what year?
1969.
Yes.
Nice.
What singer had the hit song Hips Don't Lie?
Shakira.
Yes.
Nice.
What type of fruit juice did the company Dole first sell?
Pineapple.
Yes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You win 9-4.
Yeah, we knew that was going to happen, Travis.
Sorry,
buddy.
Travis.
Yeah, I knew it.
Can't get him every time.
No.
Grapefruit one, I'm embarrassed.
I know that, dude. That would have been so mad if I didn't get that one
I'm
right.
just like that. I felt that was the easiestly worded
Well,
question
sure.
I've ever done.
I mean, I never heard of grapefruits like hanging in bunches, so I thought for sure it was banana. So that's what really got me, even though fruit and grape were actually in the question.
Yeah, the
I
answer's in
still
the
didn't-
question there.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, I'm not gonna. So good for you, Steve, because, see, that's the thing you do is sometimes you go, this is stupid, but I'm gonna say it anyway. And it turns out it's
Dude, legit, I threw that out there almost as a guess, just like a dorky, dumb answer guess. Like, I did not expect it. I thought you guys were going to chuckle at my stupidity.
Yeah,
And then it's like,
well-
once you said yes, I'm like, it actually does make all the sense in the world.
Sure does.
Well, you got there, so congratulations.
Yeah, congratulations to you, Steve. You know what? You're one of those people that get it done.
You know it.
Yeah. I don't know if you guys heard this. The federal government just decided that Teslas are not allowed to fart anymore. At least not while they're in motion.
Oh, that's right. They had that feature.
Yeah, they got this boombox feature that lets you play any sound you want through an external speaker. So rather than like beeping your horn, you could beep your fart. You could fart your horn at people.
Because with all the computers and technology in there, you can change all the sounds and stuff, which I thought was like, I'm not going to be able to drop, what was it, like $69,000, I think it was the joke with some of those cars.
Yeah.
$69,420. I think he had one price tag. Mm-hmm. I can't afford that.
Oh, you can't?
But man, if I could, I would, just because I have that feature.
Yeah, well, and because it comes preloaded with all those flatulent sounds, so why not? That's just the perfect thing to do with all your money. But unfortunately, the government got involved. The National Highway Traffic Safety Administration said, "Nah, you got to disable that."
That doesn't even make any sense. Like, you can do all sorts of things with, like, the horns and stuff.
Well, what if they're rethinking a lot of things besides the farting?
Okay,
but the farting's just one of them.
All right,
they got to recall every Tesla on the road right away to get this disabled because they're saying that this speaker feature could drown out the sound of your horn and up your chances of hitting someone.
Oh. I got hit by a car because I thought someone was just passing gas. I didn't know that there really was a car coming.
So the good news is that even though they've issued a recall, you don't have to take it to the shop. Tesla's just done a software update, and you can basically do it at your house. I guess.
And use a different term.
I agree. I don't know. Unless recall gets your attention.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would assume I got to bring this back to the shop. But yeah, this is cool. I guess another good reason to have a Tesla. So there you go. And did you see the other car that's fighting Tesla that was in the Super Bowl commercial? I don't even know the name of it. But it was like, we have no fancy, we're not going to the moon, we're not saying stupid jokes, we're not doing anything, and then it showed the number 2, like they're not number 1, but they're number 2, and then that was sort of the name of it. The Polestar 2, maybe? And it's basically Tesla's competition, if I'm not mistaken.
I never even heard of it.
I hope it's called a Polestar.
Yeah, it was, I
think you're right. Yeah, it's a Polestar 2.
Yeah, and it's there, and it's. Wow. I saw the way they went after Tesla with just a lot of lines. They were just written on the screen, and you're like, what are they selling? What's going on? And then I'm like, it feels like they're taking a shot at Elon Musk. And then it's like, here we are taking a shot at Elon Musk because we have a car too.
And then yes, we are.
Okay, commercial ended with and suck it, Elon. You're like, wait a second,
I think subtle.
Yeah,
I like that. What Elon Musk did say about the Teslas, though. He said we had to shut it down because the fun police shut it down.
Yeah. But well, I don't know if that's true or not, or if it's just the fact that you don't want to have people running into each other. I think call them fun police or not, I don't want a Tesla crashing into me because their fart sound, drowned out their horn. That would be weird though if I just go, how do I hear somebody farting so loudly? What the hell is going on?
Everywhere, all the time.
And they're aggressively farting.
Yeah, this is all right.
I feel like it would tone down road rage if you're like mad and you honk at someone and it's a fart.
I would laugh and probably not be so mad at him.
Right.
Oh, dude, I would get farted at so much then.
Yeah,
I
you would.
Just know I would. I don't need that.
I just drive around in your cul-de-sac just farting all of the time.
I'd rather have somebody just, give me the middle finger or wave their gat at me. That's a lot more comfortable.
Wow, okay.
Oh, you live in Mercer Island.
Yeah, right.
Well, it does. The mean streets of Mercer Island.
Okay.
Sure.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
This podcast is brought to you by the Washington State Department of Health. When we think about the COVID-19 vaccine hesitancy in the Black community, let's remember, it didn't happen by chance. It's justified in history. But the will to change the narrative is strong today, and our people are lending their voices to the conversation. We're sharing our stories and the reasons that made us choose the vaccine so we can lead the way for others to make a well-informed choice too. To hear our stories, visit hereforuswa.org.
For tank and tankless hot water heaters, for clogged drains, for leaky faucets, for toilets that won't flush. Stop freaking and call Beacon. Beacon Plumbing, Heating, and Mechanical is your trusted source to solve all your plumbing needs. 1-800-FREAKIN or beaconplumbing.net.
Take the next step toward the career you want, be it business, cybersecurity, healthcare, or more. UMGC can help you get there. No application fee when you apply by August 31st. Visit umgc.edu, certified to operate by Chev.
Hey, you got something to say? I got something to say. They're wild, rabid, and on the loose. This is Listeners on the Loose.
99.9 KISW, the Rock of Seattle. It's Listeners on the Loose, brought to you by Advanced Hair Restoration. Listeners on the Loose, you pick the topic, you guide the show. 206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999. Don't forget, man, when you get on the air, you got to follow Steve's rule.
And it's a simple rule, BJ. You got to just show some energy and bring it. Otherwise, we're going to have to gong you. And then say goodbye to you.
Goodbye, old friend.
206-421-ROCK. You can text us at 77999. And I would like to just take a quick time to, I hate to give praise to this man. I really
BJ
do.
on the Loose?
Yeah, it's BJ on the Loose. I hate to give praise to this man. It really goes against everything I believe in. But I don't think we've ever done a show with this many people down.
Yes.
Yeah,
Dude,
I don't
it's
think that's ever
insane.
happened in the history.
Ow.
Yeah, so we, you know, all the people on our show.
There's like 30 of us.
Yeah, there's 30 of us. We don't have Danny, we don't have Vicky, and we don't have Joey. They are all out, and for their own reasons and whatever the case. So, it is a skeleton crew because, you know, you got you and Rev holding things down on your fort, Sarah and I holding things down at my fort. That's never happened, and Rev has done a great job on the board, and
yes.
Like butter. He's been smooth like butter.
Yes, it's like butterfingers. But
So
for different reasons.
that's a whole different.
I don't think is that like a muffin top in the compliment world?
You know, it's really is.
I'm the best part of the muffin.
Well,
I
I guess you're not
understand.
dropping the ball, but you know what I mean. Your fingers have been smooth on that board.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're like you're like the whatever the dude that dropped the football yesterday and gave the Rams the possibility of
that guy that never drops the football too. I always love that when they're like, this guy never drops the football except in the most clutch moment in Super Bowl for them.
Yeah,
It's like whenever Chris Collinsworth says anything, you're like, oh, great. Now something terrible is going to happen.
Yeah.
So, yeah, but dude, it's been like just a comedy of errors. Yeah, because your son was out. And so then Danny's at home. Well, he's coming back tomorrow, but he's gone to visit his daughter for Valentine's Day, which I've seen some of the pictures. It's very cool.
Super adorable.
Yeah. And then Vicky tells me she's not feeling good and like just can't get out of bed, but doesn't have COVID or anything like that, but just sick. And I'm like, oh, great. Like we've lost our person who runs the board, the backup to the backup.
Yeah.
I mean, at some point, it's like, I feel like, okay, we got to get the emergency backup goalie for the Kraken.
Right? Yeah. I know. I was
Where's
trying to think of
Wayne when we need him.
The emergency backup board op. Like, it was like that sort of thing. I'm like, all right, cool. Yeah. I mean, I've never done it for the show. I've done it plenty of other times in other places. Mm-hmm. So I'm familiar with how all these buttons work. But yeah, it's, I haven't had a cup of coffee today. And that's literally the first time in maybe the 16 years I've worked here that I haven't had a cup of coffee.
So if anything's kind of funky on the podcast, then you can blame me. Just cut me some slack. I'm trying to edit things during commercials. And
good for you.
It's just been, and shout out to Jason, our behind the scenes production director. He's been just beyond helpful for us and a calming presence.
Mr. Veggie Dog.
Everybody's doing everybody else's job, and of course, me, I'm not doing anything. So, please,
you're doing your job. Then.
Yes, you're staying over there.
Yeah, I think if you see anybody just sort of lying around doing nothing on our show, they're doing my job, and they're covering for me.
And I got to give Jason a shot. He mentioned something. Because on Friday I was losing my voice. Yeah. And I was like, I'm screwed. I blew out my voice, like doing some wrestling stuff on Wednesday night. And then it was really starting to hit me on Friday. And like, well, I got a ring announce on Saturday. And that always blows my voice out, even when my voice is healthy. Like, it's just what happens to me. I'm not very good at vocal control. I'm like, I'm screaming. I'm so excited. And he's like, dude, there's this remedy. Because I've tried everything, throat coat to just different, like, one thing, removing a pen, just keeping the hollow part and humming into it. That's supposed to like strengthen your voice.
That's really a thing.
I don't know, man. I've tried it all. Okay. So he's like, hey, I know this sounds crazy, but remember what's the guy? Is it Richard Marx, the singer?
Yeah.
He has a remedy that he calls the brew, and he's like, I've used it before and it does work. You just got to go Google search it because he couldn't remember exactly what was in it. So I searched this thing, and then there's like articles about Richard Marx's the brew, and there's not an exact like ingredient thing, but they just kind of tell you what's in it. And for anyone that's battling vocal stuff, might I recommend this? It's sounds crazy, but it was like a tablespoon or a teaspoon of cayenne pepper.
Ooh. Oh, whoa.
A teaspoon of ginger.
All right.
A tablespoon of honey, and like just squirt a bunch of lemon juice in there too.
Wow.
And then hot water, of course.
Wow.
And I'm like, that sounds like an awful concoction. And so I do it. And I taste it, and I'm right. It was an awful concoction. Like, it's just like so much cayenne. Like, you're just like, what the hell? But dude, it worked like a charm.
Wow.
I mean, I've never experienced that before. I mean, it wasn't like perfect, but like way better than I would have been if I did not do this. So I highly recommend it. It's called The Brew, and it's kind of fun to be like, yeah, I'm using Richard Marx's remedy. It's totally, he sips it. You don't just chug it. Like, you just
okay.
sip
I was
this.
wondering about that.
Every so often you give it a sip. Like, don't do more than that, otherwise you're going to hate your life. But he apparently will have it up on stage when he's performing and take a sip in between songs. Just one or two sips.
Wow. All right. I'm going to have to remember that because I have my moments where, with aggressive board gaming and a lot of yelling.
Right?
Yeah.
And I'm like, gosh, I can't. Like, I didn't want to bail out at the 5 because it was the 5-year anniversary show. So it was a big deal.
Yeah.
And a few people actually texted in. If I can, just give a quick shout out to Nick Wayne.
Oh, dude.
So Nick is a guy, I train with him. He's 16 years old. And his dad was Buddy Wayne, a Pacific Northwest legend in wrestling. Sadly passed away many years ago, but he's, as he grew up in wrestling, and also like the academy of where we train kept going, thanks to his mom, Shauna, and on some of the other students that learned under Buddy. So we still do it. And Nick is just he's 16, but dude, you spend time with him, you feel like you're talking to a 30-year-old. Like, he's more mature than any of us. Like, he's and he's incredible in the ring, but he's 16. So he was wrestling in the main event against Christopher Daniels, a guy that's 35 years older than him. And they have an incredible match, right? And then the night ends, you think, and then all of a sudden there was a couple surprises because it's the 5-year anniversary show, and there's a couple guys from AEW, one guy being Darby Allin, who's originally from here. He comes in and makes a big surprise. Place goes nuts. And he comes in, and people are thinking, he's going to challenge Nick Wayne because there's history between the two of them. Like, they both came up through Buddy Wayne's system and all that stuff. He's like, I'm not here to fight you. I'm here to give you this. And he pulls out a contract to All Elite Wrestling, which is like
wow.
It's a pretty big federation.
That's
like
amazing.
WWE, then All Elite Wrestling, right?
Yeah.
I mean, we all figured it's a matter of when, not if, for Nick. He's incredible, but he's 16. You don't think this is going to happen anytime soon. Yeah. And apparently it's a contract that says basically once you graduate high school and you turn 18, you're a full-time member of our promotion.
Wow.
So he's like under like their like almost like a developmental kind of like he's got the scholarship and now he's just about to become pro. It was like there was a lot of people like shedding a tear because it's just like you've seen this kid grow amongst us, and he's a great dude. And he's just like got a great head on his shoulders, and he's phenomenal in the ring. He won the best match of the year for Defy the year before. He's that good, and to see him get like something that huge, and it was all the talk of the internet. Like he was trending on Twitter. Yeah, like it was just insane.
That's awesome. That's very cool.
And then of course you got like the idiots who are just like, he's 16. What the hell are they doing hiring a child? It's like, well, they're not going to put him on TV just yet. They're they're signing him because they're smart, because they know that in 2 years it's probably going to be a lot harder to sign this guy. You want to get him locked in now.
Yeah, that's fantastic. I mean, for a 16-year-old kid to have that happen to him, wow.
Right?
Boy, I mean, I remember when I was that age, and, when anything cool happened, and it was just amazing. And this, to me, is the coolest thing you could imagine.
Well, this is what he's aspiring to, and he already... Yeah. Dude, I'd be going into high school the next day like a...
he's trending and saying, hey, everyone, guess what? I trended on Twitter.
I'm sure he's not, because he's mature.
Yeah.
Me, in my 40s, would walk into anywhere and be like,
right?
Guess what?
Well, you are the verified champ. You literally do use Twitter.
Former verified. I lost my title.
He lost it, dude.
Right,
I'm now the YouTube champ.
Oh, yeah. Oh, you're the YouTube champ, no longer the... All right, fine.
Yeah, get with it.
I'm sorry.
Are you not keeping up on these things?
Really not, no. Yeah.
I can tell. I'm hurt.
Yeah, well, don't worry about it. I'm sure you're, in your own mind, I'm sure you're amazing.
Mm-hmm. I don't even know about that.
Yeah.
Someone said, hey, guys, I'm finally getting to go to that makeup game tonight for the Kraken taking on the Toronto Maple Leafs, and I'm going to grab some Shaq's chicken, but anything else, go Kraken.
Ooh, Shaq's chicken. I feel like, should that be the last thing so that you don't get disappointed?
Yeah, I'm with Rev first. Get that in there, because you never know what's going to happen throughout the rest of the night.
You're right.
It's a big sandwich, man.
To me, that's dinner.
Yeah.
And then
this time you save the best for first.
I feel like that's the case, because then after that, you don't have to have any stress of getting that in.
Yeah, that's a good call.
I mean, after that, really, there's so many great options. I mean, if you want to add, if you really want to get gluttonous, you got the DTF dumplings.
Do they have the standard pretzels?
Yes.
Nice.
And I've had them, and they're just a standard pretzel, which is fantastic.
No, yeah, it's exactly what you want, though.
I do wish that they would make a Kraken, like a tentacle pretzel. It would be kind of cool. Yes. Like maybe a couple like long tentacles, and that's about it, and just eat the tentacle. I want that.
Oh, look at you. All right. Who knows? Maybe that's in the works, man.
Yeah, maybe also telling us who our freaking mascot is in the works. I mean,
yeah, I don't know about you're asking for a lot. We've only got, a couple months left in the season, right?
Yeah, we got some time.
Yeah.
I was honestly
March and April, I think, right? That's it?
I started wondering if it was going to happen during the skills competition that they did on Saturday, which I heard was a huge success. Like everyone that went had a great time. The players were having fun. It helped that they won the night before.
Mm-hmm.
Like I was like, that's a good way to go into the skills competition, winning a big game against Anaheim. Well, I mean, I don't know if it's a big game. I mean, really.
Big to us.
Well, anytime you get a win, it's a big game.
It's big to us fans, at least.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, though? Like that's a good way to go into something like that.
Yeah, and, the cool thing about going to you just don't know what the Kraken are going to give you. I mean, we thought for sure, okay, they couldn't beat the Coyotes, therefore we're probably destroyed by the Ducks. Turns out that didn't happen.
It's so weird, man. A lot of times they play some of these top-notch teams, and they really do step it up. So
I'll tell you, man, I was a bad fan on that game, too, because after the two goals were scored in the second period, I went to bed. Like, I was like, it's over. I'm just going to go to bed. I woke up to a win. So I was like, I'm very happy for that. But I was just like, after what they did with the Coyotes, I was like,
see, that's why my theory is always you always go, all right, you know what? Who scored that third goal? If it's us, then we have a chance. According to my theory, whoever scores the third goal of the game, no matter which team does it, they usually win more than lose. Whoever scores that third goal. And they did it again in that game.
Yeah, I mean, you've been more often than not, you've been right with that theory, I have to say.
Yeah.
So I think it's a good thing to do when you're sitting there and you feel like your team's getting wrecked.
But we got the third goal.
Yeah. We're down 2-0, but wait, hold on. It doesn't always work. Now, Toronto is a halfway decent team.
Yes.
So we
if we were playing them in the playoffs, I'd feel a lot more confident because they never do well in the playoffs.
Yeah. You're absolutely right.
Sorry to my friend Domi. I had to do that.
That's true, though. We should probably create it's a playoff atmosphere just to get Toronto in the wrong mindset.
For some reason, the game's starting at 6 p.m. tonight, so just keep that in mind. If you're going into the game or if you plan on watching the game. I know I watched that Anaheim game. I watched that one on my phone because I didn't really care about the commentary because it wasn't a Root Sports broadcast.
It was the same people too.
It was. So it was exactly what I thought it would be. So I just kind of watched it and I didn't care that I was missing because all they were doing is basically announcing which player had the puck and I could see that.
Pretty much, yeah. She got a little bit better. There was a little bit more chat there, but again, it was like when I started watching hockey with Forsland. And he's just
so good.
He is so amazing. Just like the little the things he says, like chip in charge. Like I realize now I know what that means. Mm-hmm. Like there's so many little intricacies of what he's saying that I'm like, no, I'm getting this. This is amazing.
He's great at spelling out the game.
Yeah. Between that and Letterkenny, now I'm pretty good on hockey.
Ferda, Pracky.
Ferda boys.
Yeah.
Nice.
Get some sellies.
So again, tonight, 6:00 on Root Sports, it's the Leafs coming to Climate Pledge, take on the Kraken.
Get there early and go to the Lair. I need to make my way down to the Lair because they just unveiled some black on black clothing.
Are you serious?
And gear, yeah.
You finally have legitimate black on black as opposed to some of the bootleg stuff maybe.
Bootleg, I made it myself. It's not like I bought it from somebody.
That's the ultimate bootleg, really.
It was arts and crafts.
I'm going to put a cease and desist against you then, against you. And it'll probably
I'm wearing it today at the gym, man. I got the tank top. I made a tank top and a t-shirt.
Oh boy.
Nice.
Yeah. Well, you know what? You're a true fan.
No, it's cool. Like a lot of black on black with the red eye.
Oh, that is, yours doesn't have that.
Though I'm very upset because I showed pictures of Chris Drieger and it looks like he changed his pads. He doesn't have the pads with the tentacles ananymore.
Oh, really?
I don't know if he's maybe just been inspired by Grubauer and said maybe the pads are the reason why he has had some bad luck this year with injuries and COVID. It's the pads' fault. Give them to me. I'll take them.
Those are pricey.
But the new ones are kind of cool. They're a little bit more basic. They don't have any crazy tentacles, but they have a series of red eyes on them. So that's kind of neat.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
All right, let's hope that brings Chris some, really some good goalie luck, okay?
It's so funny with goalies. Just some of the weirdest myself, I know. But even on the pro level, it's just like there's a weird superstitions and all, like to the point where like Marc-Andre Fleury, if I remember correctly, he had to go see a psychologist or psychiatrist or whatever, a therapist, to help him because he was just had so many pre-game routines that it was obsessed. It was too much. It was taking over his day. As his career has gone on, because he's been doing it for so long, he'd add like a new weird thing to add to the mix of things he needed to do before a game.
And wouldn't take the other ones off.
Right. So it was like this process for him to be mentally ready for a game. And it was consuming his life, I guess. And so he had to have somebody be like, hey, let's pull some of these things away and you're going to be okay.
It is wild, dude. You've got kickers, you've got goalies, you've got pitchers, relief pitchers like the closers who just, lose it. The yips is what they, that I think they call it in baseball and maybe other sports too, where they just can't do it anymore. And you're like, and it is wild to see that happen. Like, what is going on? You're like a star goalie. How is it everything's getting through you? But, it just happens sometimes.
Yeah, and you guys got to figure out how to get out of it. It's not skill level, a lot of those, especially on the pro level. I mean, you're obviously good enough to be in the pros. There's just something mentally that's causing you to not play to your best performance.
Yeah. And I don't know if they have any equivalent of like banging on a trash can so that you know what pitch is coming, which really screws a pitcher up. I don't know if they have anything like that in hockey.
No, there's no way. How do you even do that? Yeah. No one's telling you how to shoot the puck. I mean, when you have the puck and you're a shooter, you're not being told by the coach, hey, go top right.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I mean. That's the sucky part about some sports where you could be cheated into looking like you're in a slump. You know what I mean? And realize, oh wait, people are cheating. That's why I'm not pitching well. Oh, okay, great. 206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999. It's listeners on the loose. You pick the topic. You guide the show.
So I want to know what movie or show are you guys most hyped for after the Super Bowl previews. Jurassic Park.
I can see that. I think a lot of people are, especially with the nostalgia with bringing back the three big characters, Sam Neill, and is it Laura Dern? Is that?
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
And,
plays Ellie.
And of course, Jeff Goldblum. Yeah. As well as keeping Chris Pratt. And I think that was, I can't remember the woman's name. Gosh, I always forget her name. Anyway,
she just lost her name. Yeah.
Jessica Chastain. Is that it?
Is it Jessica Chastain?
Or is it Bryce Dallas Howard?
Or is it Bryce? They're the same person.
I know they really are. except
tall,
I know
pale
Bryce,
redheads.
Yeah, I know Bryce. I don't know the other one.
Yeah, Bryce, I know, of course, has directed some really cool Disney episodes that I love.
Oh, yeah, the Star Wars ones, yeah.
Yeah, so I think it might be Bryce Dallas Howard. So
sure.
you got the young Jurassic crowd, and then you got the old Jurassic crowd. Because the franchise, and this is supposed to be the last one.
Which means everyone's going to get eaten by dinosaurs, right?
Yeah.
Everything's off the table at this point. Chris Pratt could be eaten by whatever that T-Rex or that giant,
what a great way to end the whole thing.
Yeah.
It's just have them all, they're just done. Yeah.
Someone's got to go. I mean, you got to think it's either going to be the dinosaurs or us. I feel like in an ending movie, right?
Yeah.
Unless they all make friends. Is there like a dinosaur that's like Barney
like
comes
Godzuki?
out?
Godzuki.
Yeah, Barney and Godzuki, poker piece.
And Puff.
Yeah. Oh, Puff. Yeah.
They're the new Three Amigos. They saved the world.
We've solved it.
Wow. Okay.
We are not high, I promise.
Yeah, we really should be, though. I feel like I'm not stoned enough for this conversation.
Speaking of Super Bowl, though, somebody want to know what was your favorite Super Bowl commercial?
This was nostalgic for me, and that was seeing Meadow and whatever Slappy Sopranos.
Yes,
yeah, and I don't even know his name.
Is it
man.
AJ?
AJ, yes, thank you,
okay,
Rev.
Yeah.
Meadow and AJ driving the GM car there, whatever that was, the SUV.
There were a couple cool nostalgic ones.
Yeah.
There was the was the cable guy.
Oh, that was the CG.
That was pretty great, actually.
I don't remember. It was something for the internet or something like that.
Yeah, it was like
5G.
It was a 5G, maybe like a Verizon or like a T-Mobile little box that is now better than cable.
Yeah, which I don't know if that's true, but it's still a cool looking thing. Because I don't know if 5G is faster than what you can get if you had cable. That's the thing I don't know. My brain doesn't know is it faster than like regular internet upload download stuff? That I don't know. But anyway, the cool thing is seeing Jim Carrey back in that role. A lot of people just say it was like a lot of that. When you think of the old Jurassic Park people coming back, The Sopranos, Jim Carrey.
You know which one I loved? And at first I was thinking it was the dumbest commercial ever until the twist at the end. And I'm like, got me. That was amazing. Was the hard cola commercial. And at first you're like, what the hell's going on? Like these people from the future come and take your hard cola, the alcoholic cola.
Yeah.
And then they end up in Flavor Town with Guy Fieri.
Yeah.
And I was like, that popped me pretty big. I was just like,
pretty good.
I was like, I did not know that was where we were going. At first I was like, this is just a cheesy, stupid commercial. And then all of a sudden they go to a land that's run by Guy Fieri. I'm like, I'm in.
Yeah, which, it's a town that's run with flavor. I mean, how do you not love that?
Yeah.
Yeah, and they were mostly upbeat, and I did read that was going to be the case, is a lot of these commercials were going to be upbeat. I like the Colin Jost and Scarlett Johansson Alexa one.
Yeah, they'd been teasing that one for a couple weeks, and now we got to realize what it was. Like, Alexa shouldn't read your mind. I thought that was pretty funny.
What about the Uber Eats one, where it was basically like a certain type of act joke that was underneath all that? Like, it seemed like they were just talking about a certain, sexual thing you do, and
Oh yeah.
for what you're eating.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was.
the other Uber Eats one where they were just like, we deliver stuff too, and they're like, this isn't food, and they're like eating like the paper towels and all the other stuff.
Well, yeah, and Gwyneth Paltrow eating her candle that's like her part.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought that was like, boy, that is massive innuendo right there.
I didn't know that.
Okay.
I didn't see that.
You know what one also oh man, what the hell? Oh, crap. I don't even, it was from MetaQuest. The one where it looked like they were basically Chuck E. Cheese.
Oh, yeah.
Animatronic.
That was, yeah, that was, I don't know what
cute.
the hell they were advertising,
I don't
but
know
it was
either, but it was kind of fun.
kind of fun to see Chucky get back with his people.
It's the metaverse, so it's like, oh, if all your stuff goes away, then, oh, good, look at that. You can still find it here online.
Oh, this is Facebook with the metaverse? That's what it is?
Yeah. Oh, that's right, MetaQuest, yeah. Mm-hmm. I forgot the best one.
What?
The Liquid Death commercial.
Oh,
I
yeah.
didn't see that one.
With all the kids and they're chugging water, but the Liquid Death can. In fact, I came back from Defy because they sponsored Defy shows, and I came home with a can, and my wife's like, why are you walking in the house with a beer? And I'm like, it's not a beer.
Wow.
It's a can of water.
You're right, it does. And the kids drinking it look like, it looks so wrong, but you're right, Steve. All it is water.
They're crushing the water, and there's Judas Priest is playing, and then the mom is crushing it, and she's pregnant. It was so awesome. It was so wrong, but it was so great.
And now, the Ryan Castle question of the day.
What do Ryan Castle and an alligator have in common?
I'll see you later.
I cannot hear Ryan, but I'm sure it was very funny.
He said, I'll see you later.
Oh, never mind. Shut me off. I don't want to hear Ryan. That's the quality humor he's bringing.
Steve has jumped on both, was texted in and wrestled them. Steve Irwin, that is, though.
Yeah. Oh, right.
May he rest in peace.
Yeah. Well, again, a 29-year-old man in Northern California. His name is Tyler. He got pulled over last Tuesday, and the police cuffed him, and because they figured, hey, dude, this is what we do when you have an outstanding warrant for a probation violation. He's like, yeah, but here's the thing. I'm not driving alone. And they look over in the car. They go, what are you talking about? It's just you. He goes, oh, yeah, you can't really tell, but I got a live alligator in the passenger seat there, sir. And the cop is like, what? He goes, oh, it's not mine. I'm watching it for a friend who's in jail. And the cop is like, yeah, he's like, dude, you can't, that's illegal possession of an alligator. You can't have them as pets in California. So your friend's probably going to stay in jail a little longer because you're an idiot. And, oh, by the way, you're an idiot. Wow. All right, there you go. I don't know if there's any music playing. I can't hear a thing.
Not yet.
Oh, okay,
not
cool.
Yet,
All right, very good. Yeah, so there you go. So that's, you're driving around with an alligator. Congratulations to you. There you go.
I do like still some of the people texting in about Ryan and alligators. Both are cold-blooded prehistoric predators.
Oh, yeah. Now that I think about it, the way Ryan sort of just carries himself in the office, yeah.
Ryan, did you enjoy the Super Bowl?
I did not watch the Super Bowl, except I did watch the halftime show. But I somehow lost $100 on the Super Bowl.
You lost $100 on the Super Bowl that you didn't watch. This now I had. Yeah. How is that possible?
Well, see, I had won $150, and then so I put $100 on the Super Bowl, and then I didn't bother to watch it, but then realized after it was over that I had lost the $100. So at the end of the day, I was up $50. But the halftime show was great.
Halftime show was awesome. But what did you bet on?
He bet
on the Bengals, and they lost.
Okay. I didn't know if it was like a prop bet on like a national anthem or who flipped the coin or.
No, straight bet, Bengals to win. I went for it.
And, it's kind of good you didn't watch the game because you probably would have thought you were winning the entire time.
Right, the letdown.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
This podcast is brought to you by the Washington State Department of Health. When we think about the COVID-19 vaccine hesitancy in the Black community, let's remember, it didn't happen by chance. It's justified in history. But the will to change the narrative is strong today, and our people are lending their voices to the conversation. We're sharing our stories and the reasons that made us choose the vaccine so we can lead the way for others to make a well-informed choice too. To hear our stories, visit hereforuswa.org.